whether that's
Wow.
going on a walk or doing some kind of meditation or just taking a break from work.
So, hi everyone, welcome back to another podcast. Today we have a very special guest with all of us. Like today we have Julie, and today we're going to talk about something like the question which you all are asking me across all the platforms. Like in the community, you guys have given me a lot of questions. So, I thought that let's bring someone who has a lot of knowledge about the nutritions and workouts. So, that's why I have my friend Julie here. And today we're going to ask some very hardcore questions. We try to best to bring out all the knowledge. She has been in this industry for a pretty long time, and she has a very incredible knowledge in terms of nutrition and workout. So, Julie, just give a quick introduction about yourself.
So thank you for the warm introduction. It's an honor to be on your podcast. So my
Thank
name is Julia, and my mission is to empower people through fitness to go from a very restrictive dieting lifestyle to
you.
sustainable living. I actually struggled with an eating disorder throughout adolescence, and just trying to navigate through diet and fitness was a struggle for me. And once I got the knowledge and broke out of that, I realized that a lot of people go through the same thing, and that fueled my passion
Absolutely.
to be a personal trainer.
That's absolutely great because we have a lot of peoples in our community. They are upcoming nutritionists or upcoming fitness professionals. So they all have been this kind of experience, like some sort of disorders, or maybe they were so fat. And this is how they have realized that we need to do the changes within ourselves. Like they wanted to see the change in themselves, and this is how they enter in this field. And most of the audience, like we have in this podcast, between the age of 18 to 45. So they are young, they wanted to see the change. So the very first question, and it is one of the most common question which I got across like almost daily with our teams members whenever we have a consultancy, we got this first questions like how important sleep is actually. Like you have been in this industry, you have been handling clients for a pretty long time, you are a certified fitness trainer. So what do you think? What is the importance of sleep in our lifestyle?
So sleep is should probably be a top priority because when we don't sleep enough, we generate a lot of cortisol in the body, which is a stress hormone. And when we have
Yeah.
high stress levels in the body, that slows a lot of our functions down because our body's in this fight or flight mode. So
Hmm.
especially since a lot of people are looking to lose weight, when the body's in that fight
Yes.
or flight mode, we
Hmm.
release a lot of glucose into our bloodstream, and over a long
Hmm.
period of time our bodies can become
Hmm.
resistant to that glucose. So when we
Yes.
eat, we continue to gain weight. But if someone is active, if someone is doing a lot of workouts and they're not getting enough sleep, they're not getting into that state of sleep, of deep sleep, where most of the muscle repair occurs. So we're not recovering properly and we're likely not going to see results. So for the majority of people, it varies from person to person how long they should
Hmm.
sleep,
Hmm.
but the recommendations for most people is between 6 and 10 hours. So 8 is that, that magic point, I guess.
Magic
So we
printer,
should we
yes.
should all aim for about 8 hours of sleep per night.
Okay, so this sleep is recommend for the people who are in actively training in mode. What about those audience, those people who are involved less activities? They do normal workouts, but they are highly involved in cardio less than thing. So is they have to follow the particular sleep pattern, or they have to follow the same pattern for their sleep?
So it's recommended that they follow the same pattern, considering what I mentioned about the stress hormone. And
Hmm.
what I mentioned was particularly about weight loss, but it ties
Weight loss.
into a lot of cognitive functions as well. So, such as
Hmm.
productivity, having mental clarity, just being energized throughout the day.
Yes.
Sleep really helps balance out our hormones and, helps with memory consolidation. So,
Yes.
taking the events throughout the day,
Hmm.
thinking about things more clearly, and so showing up the next day full of energy, full of, a peace of mind, I guess, without all of that stress
Yes.
is very, very important. So it's not just for the athletic population.
Yes, because all the process, like your body grows, it reduces fats while sleeping. Most of the people think that they burn fat or they build muscle when they do workout in the gym. but whatever growth, whatever changes you see in yourself, that's all happened within your sleep. So having a sleep is one of the most important things to all those who are listening to this podcast. I was trying my best to just tell you over and over again, but that's why I brought Julie with us on this platform to just give you an extensive exploration that how important proper sleep is. Like there is a lot of biological, like physiological changes take place while you sleep, and it's good for your health. So with that said, I will move to the next question. That's why I have my copy and pen with me, because I have wrote down all the question which I was getting all the plan. So the second question I have is, what is the power of meditations and how it's benefit like an individuals, how they meditate and how it's important for them?
So personally, I find meditation a little bit difficult for myself. I don't
Hmm,
do active traditional meditation where you just sit and clear your mind in silence.
hmm, hmm.
Especially for people who find it very tough to kind of calm their mind and not think about anything else. I recommend actually an active meditation. So as you're walking, let's say you're walking without listening to a podcast or listening to music, just walking by
Yes.
yourself in nature, just listening to the sounds. Because to me, meditation is just finding an activity that helps you, that gives you a little bit of white space where you're not working at something, you're not distracted
Hmm,
by something. You just let your mind flow, and let the thoughts kind of arise to your conscious mind.
hmm.
So that's what I recommend for many people. But um, I mean, meditation in and of itself is just very important to give ourselves space for creativity, for mental clarity, as I kind of mentioned with sleep. So just giving yourself a lot of space because we have so much information coming at us all day long. We just need to
Obviously,
separate ourselves from that and actually get into what we truly believe and what we think.
because we are bombarded with a lot of information, like due to this social media, due to these
Yes.
socializations, we all the time we are busy in this kind of things, so we are not able to listen to ourselves, to our own bodies. So here, like here in our academic, we have a lot of trainers, like what they recommend, that the idols, like you have to perform meditation for a half an hour to like half an hour to 50 minutes. But what generally meditation is, that you have to just listen to your body, what your body exactly want to say. You have to listen to your thoughts, what you are doing over and over again throughout the day. So this is the important, and how you like connect this meditation with your work like profile, like those professionals who are into the like organizations, how it's helped them and
So
how
it
they
is.
follow this meditation.
So in workplaces, for example, it's good to have, let's say, breaks or introduce a fitness professional, for example, to do a little bit of
Mm,
movement, such as yoga or
mm,
stretching, just introducing something like that, kind of going off of that active meditation that I
mm,
mentioned.
mm.
That's very
Yes.
important for productivity. Like I said, just taking a break from that work. Because actually, a study done on on some of the most successful people calculated that they take a break about every 52 minutes, so about every hour. Whether that's
Wow.
going on a walk or doing some kind of meditation or just taking a break from work, we don't recognize how important that is. We think that, how many hours we sit at a desk, how many hours we can drill
Mm,
away at our work, that
mm.
proves our productivity. When in reality, taking those breaks actually helps us, come back with a fresh mind, a fresh idea, which can really boost workplace productivity, and interpersonal connections within the workplace.
So like, is there any particular time period or any particular time that we have to do meditation in that time, or it can be any time throughout the day?
I believe it could be any time throughout the day, but especially when you feel yourself in that burnt out phase or you feel very
Hmm.
stressed. It's
Hmm.
not recommended to just continue going away at your work to distract yourself because I feel like a
Yes.
lot of us are afraid of actually looking inside, and seeing what
Hmm.
that stressor is, why we're so anxious. So,
Yes.
especially in those moments, it's important to be kind to ourselves and step away from whatever's distracting us.
Yeah, because when we talk and when we talk with the clients, so what they recommend that, like they get increase their productivity when they do their meditation in the morning. So what we recommend, that it's not about the meditation, when you can able to connect yourself actually, like fully connecting yourself, that one is more important. Not necessarily that you have been being in the meditation mode for a half an hour and you are thinking something else, your mind is somewhere else. So having the proper connection with the meditation is one of the most important things. And I hope guys, you guys know that how important is meditation, and you can take any time throughout the day. Just listen to your body, give some time. That will give you and refresh your mind so you can increase your productivity. So I'll move to the next questions, and this one is also an amazing one. What do you think about the cheat day? When we recommend any diet plan to people, they said that, so how often we can have cheat day? You are restricting us for having those pizza and burger. How we feel craving for having those whenever we see any of our friends having pizza, having burgers. So how often you recommend that they should go for a cheat day?
So I can go on and on about cheat days, but in from my personal experience, I do not recommend quote unquote cheat days, where you dedicate a certain day throughout the week or the month to just binge on whatever you want to eat, because that creates a very unhealthy relationship with food for many people. It works for some people, but for the majority of people, that is just not sustainable, and you end up being in this psychological process where I can't wait till the end of the week or the end of the month to finally eat what I want, and eventually you just can't restrict yourself for that, and you just give up on your diet or your goals. So
Yes.
I follow the 80-20 rule when it comes to diet, meaning that 80% is whole foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and then 20% is the foods that you should eat in moderation, such as cookies, cupcakes, all of that yummy stuff.
Yes.
So integrating that throughout the day, just having one treat a day, just one serving, is completely fine. It's not going to completely throw you off track. As long as it's in your calorie range, you can introduce those foods into your diet, and that's what you should be doing.
Yes.
It's you're not supposed to eat. I mean, in my experience, it's not recommended to just eat clean all day long for however many days, and then just eat whatever you want, like all the junk you want on a specific day. Just integrate it together, and because that's what makes up a balanced lifestyle. We're oftentimes in this all or nothing mentality where I have to eat good all day long. Either I'm on the diet or I'm off the diet. People don't blend it together. So I do not recommend cheat days. Integrate it into your diet. And listen to your cravings, listen to your body. What does it need? What is it asking you for? Because we have this very, uncentered relationship with our body when we do restrict ourselves and don't give us that food freedom.
Yeah, because that one is important. You have to understand your body, that how your body is behaving actually, because every single individual is different from one another. That might be working for him, it doesn't going to work for you. So you have to take a moderate diet. If you take that, then definitely going to give you a better result. So taking in moderation is okay. It's not that you have to dedicate it a particular for a cheat day. So thanks, you guys. I hope you guys are listening this. I hope you guys not going to ask the same questions over and over again. I hope you have got your answer that taking the right in quantity, moderating your diet is going to give you the amazing result which you are looking for actually. So the fourth questions I'm going to move on, like, what's the best compound exercise which you recommend to those people who are doing hardcore training and those beginners who are just starting up?
So you're asking the best kind of training?
Yeah, compound exercises.
Okay. So the best compound exercises, well, first of all, I really recommend resistance training. So whether you have dumbbells or kettlebells or resistance bands, or even your own body weight, doing full body regimens is recommended for me, especially if you're just starting off, just doing about 2 to 3 days a week. I would highly recommend doing full body, not doing splits of just legs one day, arms another day, do full body workouts, start there. But the best compound exercises, especially with dumbbells, I would say squats, curls, and presses, just any Romanian deadlifts and rows. I would, if you're starting off, I would start with just doing single isolation exercises, such as squats, such as deadlifts, rows. So I would start off getting the movement patterns down and then go into compound exercises. That's a little bit for advanced people, but those are some of my top 2 favorites. They target a lot of muscle groups, and you get the best bang for your buck through those.
Yes. So guys, I will link the Julina, her YouTube channel, so you can watch. She has amazing channel, the kind of exercises she teaches there. You guys get a lot of benefit from that. Those are absolutely incredible. So the fifth question I have, that how many servings of fruits and vegetables do you recommend? Like those who are just starting up with their diet. So how they balance their food and their vegetables throughout the day, and how many meals they have to take for a proper balanced diet.
Okay, so I'll start off with the meals. So that is very, very individualized. A lot of people say, okay, do 3 meals and 2 snacks, or do 2 meals, or do just one big meal. The reality is that it's so individual, and each person feels hungry at certain times of day, hungrier at certain periods of the day. We can't just give that prescription to people. So what I do with my clients is I take a look at their eating schedules, at their food logs, see what they're eating, how often they're eating, and see if we can create a pattern. Certain pockets within the day when you have certain time, just, fitting a meal there. So creating a schedule around your meals. So it's pretty much, certain times each and every day. So you actually stay mindful within your meals. So very individualized, whether that's one big meal or 3 meals, varies from person to person. But with fruits and vegetables, it's recommended according to dietary guidelines, that you eat between 5 and 13 servings of fruits and vegetables throughout the day. So a lot of people resort to processed foods, so not a lot of fruits and vegetables. So what I do with my clients, instead of getting rid of those processed foods, I ask them, where can you add some whole foods? Where can you add a fruit or a vegetable to your diet?
Yes.
And kind of stick with that. So we start with one and we start building up, try to add them into every meal. And that kind of, diminishes that hunger and that for those processed foods.
Processed food.
Yeah. So the key is, where can you add those fruits and vegetables into your day? Where can you make those better choices? Because you're much more likely to, be fuller on 5 apples than 5 cookies. So, yeah.
Yeah, because having a balanced diet, because when you move to the vegetables and fruits, what happens? Like you provide all the vitamins, all the minerals which are there. Like most of the like our eating habit is completely changing. We are moving to processed foods a lot, and when it's come to taking those minerals, those vitamins, they are also moving towards the supplements, like supplements, capsules. They are taking those on that. So eating vegetables and fruits give you a lot of good things which actually require to your body, something natural you have to provide. Because here in this platform, like we have young athletes, young peoples, like they are in a very rush. They want to build muscle fast, or they want to see the result very quickly, because they follow a particular diet for a particular period of times, like for 1 month or for 3 weeks, and they want to have a complete change in themselves. And they keep asking that this is the supplement we should take, this is the pill we should take for getting the result faster. So it's provide something natural. Eat healthy. Vegetables are very good, and that's what I just want to tell you all. So eat vegetables, fruits, as you have heard the Julie, that what she has told you, that it's absolutely effective and give you amazing thing. So the final questions, I'm just move. What is the ideal breakfast you should recommend? Like for those who go to office work and those who just involve in a hardcore training, those who do like workout in the morning. It's a two different. Like one is who involved in a particular hardcore training, and those who are leading in normal office life.
Okay, so like I said before, with the meals, it really depends on how hungry you are, and what your schedule is. But typically, after a morning workout, you're typically hungry. So including a good balance of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats is recommended. So let's say you have scrambled eggs, a piece of toast, and avocado. Very easy breakfast. Or oatmeal and your recommended protein powder. Whatever, if you take any supplements, and add fruits on top. You can throw something together very, very quickly. But the basis is making sure you have a carbohydrate, a protein, and a fat. And I would say the same thing for someone, just going to their job or having a more sedentary lifestyle. Of course, keeping it within your calorie range. So obviously a person who's more active burns more calories than a sedentary person. But it should follow the same guidelines to have a balanced diet. So I would say probably the same thing for that sedentary person, as long as it fits within, their calories and their goals and what they're looking for. So when I do work with my clients, I take that into account too, keeping that, macronutrient, the carbs, protein, fat profile.
Mhm.
So that's how you create a balanced breakfast.
So like, what is the like? How many calories they have to consume throughout the day for maintaining their like entire meals? What is the average calorie intake they should go with?
So again, very, very individualized. It really depends on how fast a person's metabolism is, how
Uh,
much they move throughout the day, age, size, height, weight, so many factors.
because here
So
we get a lot of newcomer we have, like they say that like average calorie intake is 2800 calories you have to take for maintaining your body mass. If you want to grow your weight, increase your weight, you have to take above 2800 calorie. If you want to lose weight, you have to take less than that. So do you think it's true or it's more individual?
I believe it's much more individual, especially, especially with different health conditions and all of that,
Mhm.
we tend to either hold onto calories or hold onto fat, or metabolism is very fast. We burn calories very fast,
Yes.
very, very individualized. So we cannot just put a specific number
Mhm.
on these things. But I know, especially for women, the average woman, I guess about 5 foot 6 inches tall, moderate activity of about 150 minutes per week, the average to maintain is about 2,000 calories, but that is not
Oh,
all women. So we must look
like
at a client as an individual instead of just placing them in a box,
yes.
because that is not going to help them reach their unique individual goals.
Yeah, this is the myth we have around the net, because a lot of people who have, they just Google it, and when they
Yeah.
Google it, they find this pre-designed, pre-general formula that this is the calorie you have to take for gaining, for losing. But it's more individual. It's have depend that your body function in a different way, reacts in a different way. The way you food, the way you take the food, the way you work out. So it's more individual that you have to know that what's your body are moving on.
Yes.
So before we end this podcast, Julie, one keynote you want to give to our audience, because they are very youth and they want, some of them want to pursue their career in the field of nutrition, and some they want to be a professional. So what do you recommend to them? Any keynote you want to give to them?
So first of all, when entering this field, I mean, you must have a passion for it, and especially if you have some background in this, be the person that you wish you had when you were struggling with the things that you were going through, and treat each person as an individual. Don't treat them as just another client, just another paycheck. You must care about the person, care about them, reaching their goals and doing everything you can to help them. Again, cycling back to wishing that you met yourself when you were struggling.
Absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
so, so follow your passion. Fuel up with optimism. It's definitely not easy, especially when you're getting started. But
Mhm.
do things for free. Reach out to people, volunteer, and just do everything you can to get yourself out there, to be known and practice. Experience only helps you get better. So go out and change the world, one person at a time.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. We'll try to have you in our community, and we'll try to have you again and again. We'll have a talk, and we just trying to have you. Thank you so much for giving your time, for valuable contribution to our all the audience. We'll try to have you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the
Thank,
incredible questions and for hosting me.
thank you, Julie. Thank you. We'll get back
You're
to you.
welcome. Thank you.